Forward! Forward! Forward!
Fall in.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. It's me, your boy Trey. We got my man Ron in the building. Bishop should be pulling up momentarily. It's the favorite bets on the net. And we're brought to you by E2G Sports Network. This is First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So it's coming on. Y'all hear the intro. Fall in, fall in, fall in. Got some things to talk about. Ron, what's good with you this morning, brother?
Yo.
So, of course, a couple of things. We know it was a full slate last night when it came to the NBA, in which some things didn't disappoint, other things did, depending on who's your team of choice. Today, we'll talk about make official. Here this dude go, and with this joint. See, you know what? And then he got the audacity. Oh, okay. I thought that shirt said GOAT.
No, it should say that though. It should say that. It
This
really should say that. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, WGO. What's going on? What's going on? How you fantasy fellas doing? And all you pick'em guys, how are y'all doing this morning, man? I was just wondering. That includes you there, Mr. Ron Lowe, too, sir. Yeah, that would include you too, sir. That would include you too, sir. How y'all doing this morning, man? Big win last night for us, huh? We all got the dub on with
this dude, man.
with the Baltimore Ravens, huh? We all got that, right? That's safe to say, huh? We got that dub with the Ravens, huh?
That's correct.
Okay. But my memory serves me correct. I think I looked. I didn't catch any games because I was, had a lot going on this weekend. But if my memory serves me correctly, I feel like, I did pretty well. I think I did pretty well this weekend. I mean, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong. I've known to be wrong, but not often. But I've known to be wrong. Henry, what's going on, sir? How you doing, Mr. Dozier? Mr. Dozier, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I've been known to be wrong sometimes, but I just can you. I just, when you know.
Rod,
Let's go.
You can't give you anything. They should have never give you money.
Let's go. Your boy's on a roll right now, man.
So,
Don't sleep on it.
Just in case, of course, we'll revisit it again, but just in case you were wondering what it is that in which Bishop is going ranting about
Yes.
is in 1 week, he has turned his misfortunes into milk and honey.
Yes.
As Ron had on his track
Good morning,
shoes.
Tail. Good morning.
What's good, TT? Good morning. What's going on?
TT in the building.
So he had his track shoes on and running.
He thought.
It's still time. It's a marathon. But you're saying he got out early. He's still out technically, but I mean it's definitely it's definitely looking like a lean situation right now. As if we look at, we've been tallying our wins for this year for what we picked, and Ron is currently in the lead at 73-46.
Okay.
Bishop was able to close the gap just in 1 week. We was just talking about it last week at the beginning of the week. Bishop did close the gap, currently 72-47.
Say it ain't so.
This dude, I tell you. Basically, a game behind And then I'm currently bringing up the rear with 60 at 65 and 54.
Mm, 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 mm. Ron, how you like them apples? Woo.
Very impressive apple. Right?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I do what I can do when I can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. You know.
No, because all you did is activated the you pick, I pick.
That's fine. That's gonna keep me. That's just gonna keep me ahead. That's fine. That's gonna keep me ahead. When you pick my picks, that's good. That's just gonna steady keep me ahead. You can't catch up that way. You gotta go against the grain
No, that's
eventually.
what I'm talking about. That's what Ron's going to do. That's how he stays ahead. I, I,
I'm
at
no.
this
You know what?
time,
I'm gonna do one of them. I'm
I'm
gonna do
throwing
one of
on,
them.
I'm throwing
Mm-mm,
haymakers.
I'm gonna do one of them. I'm gonna do one of them. I'm gonna do one of them switch ups like Ron be doing. I want to change my pick. What up, Eric? Look who had problems with Washington. We'll get into football though. We'll
Yeah,
get into it. Yeah.
we'll get into that definitely.
Mm.
So a couple of things, of course, we're going to go over. Centralized more so. I would like for us to be able to select to see how close we get to selecting the committee's top 10 for the CFP this morning, as we
Okay.
all have, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's going to be a specific amount. So we'll get into that. Of course, there wasn't much going on in the NBA except for games. We'll talk about a little about that. And then, of course, get into last night's game as we know New Orleans Saints did host the Baltimore Ravens last night for Monday Night Football. So
They did.
definitely, when you look at it, y'all won by 3 points like we did. Chill out. You
Who?
can't tell them nothing, Eric. Man, just let them have it. Just let them have it. Hopefully, they finally reach the top of the pinnacle in those rankings. But we'll get into that as well. As I haven't looked at them this morning, so it'd be a surprise to me as it was to y'all. So
We didn't win by no 3 points, bro. When we played Washington, I knew you was telling a story. Stop lying. We won 24 to
I
8.
think you talk about this weekend. I mean, when y'all played, when y'all played
No,
y'all
we
game?
didn't win by 3 on Thursday night either. Remember that, sir? No, we did
Yeah,
not.
yeah, that's right, that's right.
No, we did not. Try it again, Eric. Make sure you get your facts straight before you jump on here talking about chill out. No, we won. We beat them 24 to 8. Y'all won 20 to 17. Partner. My math don't 3 points don't equal to 24. That's 11. I was like, what? That's why I'm over here. That's why I was quiet for a second because I was like, no, we did not lose to them by no 3 point. Win by no 3 points to them. But
What's
come
good,
on, Trey.
CJ, brother? What's
What up,
going on,
CJ?
fam?
What up? What up?
So,
People
like you
always
said,
try to throw in like, no, you barely won by 3 to Washington.
last night, a couple of players ended up going down in a couple of the games which they had in the NBA action. Of course, first and foremost,
Fantastic.
Chris Paul ended up leaving the second quarter of their game versus the 76ers. Ron, did that make a difference?
Chris Paul.
Of
Oh,
course it
Chris
did.
Paul. The Phoenix and the 76ers played last night.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's who.
who won? Who won that? I didn't even see. Let me see.
76ers pulled away,
Pulled up.
winning
Okay.
188 to 100.
Okay.
76ers
Okay.
get the win. Not Michael Bridges, led by the Phoenix Suns in a losing effort, led by Devin Booker's 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 14 points from Cameron Payne, 15 points from Mikal Bridges, additionally 14 points from DeAndre Ayton with 7 rebounds, 10 points for Damian Lee. That's kind of where it stopped. Chris Paul did contribute in 14 minutes. He was 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, but he ended up going out with a sore heel, which he said he wished he was able to continue, but he just couldn't. If he would have been there, he would have continued on for his team. Uh, so of course, you have that win. Oh, hold up. Let's see what the 76ers did without James Harden. Joel Embiid back, 33 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist from Joris Ning. Tobias Harris, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Tyrese Maxey, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Ron, why is it that no one talks about Niang enough?
About who?
Niang, George Niang.
Oh, Joy. Oh, yeah.
Just doesn't show up in the playoffs.
Oh, he doesn't show up in the playoffs. Tobias Harris contributed, like you said. Tyrese Maxey, I think, was more in the point guard role, so 11 rebounds. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. In a shorthanded, PJ Tucker, 4 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. DeAnthony Melton, 6 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. As the the Philadelphia 76ers take care of business, dropping the Phoenix Suns 7-3. Philadelphia now 5-6. It's a lot of teams this year already that's under 500. Some of our top
Mm-hmm.
the teams in which we thought was going to be the pinnacle in they're all under 500. In
Yeah.
any case, continuing on, another particular loss in which you have for Larry Nance for the uh, New Orleans Pelicans end up expecting he thought he was done. He thought he had torn his ACL, being that he said he had felt that pain before during a play. Ended up trotting off to the side. Come to find out, it wasn't an ACL tear. It was actually maybe just a hyperextension. Where was their game at? So I can get full stats. Uh, but in case they did take the L, losing to the Indiana Pacers, 122-129. Both teams currently at 500. Brandon Ingram back in action, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Zion Williamson, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists from Herb Johnson. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists for Joan Valanciunas. 11 points apiece from Trey Murphy and Devontae Graham. Lance, like I said, 14 minutes to play, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Alvarado, 1 point, 2 points from Najee Marshall. The Pacers, led by Miles Turner, 37 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist. With shit chat, LA, Miles Turner, 37 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 13 assists from Tyrese Halliburton, 15 from Andrew Nemhard with 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 points, Buddy Hield, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and Jaden Smith, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist.
Just the Pacers game, right? We talking
Yeah,
about, right?
yeah, and
The
that's what.
Pacers and
But
the Pelicans.
Buddy Hield, Miles Turner
Mm-hmm.
for Anthony Davis. Let's go. Uh, but yeah, Indiana. Does that trade make sense now, Ron Bishop?
What
AD instead,
for who? AD for who?
Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
You steady trying to get rid of AD, boy. You really want AD up out of LA. You really want that dude up out of LA, man. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ron, you take that trade? Do you get rid of AD and go get Buddy Hill?
Well, it is rumored in LA that
He's on the
AD
block.
um ruined. I don't think they're doing any trade. The Pacers trade.
But then you look at this, then you say, ooh,
Can I? Dang, can I live? Can I live?
5,000 career blocks. Ooh,
Miles wants to be in LA. Give the young what he
5,000
wants.
career blocks. That's huge.
Additionally, in other NBA action, we had Golden State coming off their fifth consecutive, well, sixth consecutive loss on the road, back at home in Oakland, in the Bay. It was looking dismal for it, but they did not disappoint. Golden State currently 4-7 with their win, 116-113 over the Sacramento Kings, who dropped to 3-6 on the year. The Kings is led by a 28-point effort from De'Aaron Fox with 28 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists from Malik Monk, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists from Demonis Sabonis, 12 points from Davian Mitchell, 11 points from Horter. Who else we had out there? 9 from Terrence Davis. Keegan Murray, 6.7 rebounds, 2 assists. The Warriors, however, led by Steph Curry's 47 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Andrew Wiggins, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 points from Draymond Green, 16 from Klay Thompson. Basically, the bench was mighty dismal. 2 points from Moody, Jonathan Kaminga 5 points, 2 points from Ty Jerome, 4 from Anthony Lamb. Even in 22 minutes, Jordan Poole 2 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Kevin Looney 2 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. As again, Golden State gets a W by 3 points. Gentlemen, would you say that that output by Curry is not a fact? Is not a key to winning?
What do you mean it's not a key to win?
Sustainable.
Why wouldn't it be?
Is that his game?
What, his stat line?
Yeah, are think about it, right? In my opinion, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Does Steph Curry has it been over the course of the seasons that Steph Curry's output in scoring has been what has been their key to success, or has it been by a committee? You get points from Clay or
No,
Poole.
he carried the team last year when Clay couldn't play, he was out. He carried them to them finals, man. Good morning, Zach. Don't forget about that now. He carried them to them finals last year. Without Clay, Jordan Poole played his part when Clay was down. So, I mean, when it's all said and done,
So you think Steph Curry putting up 35, 40 points a game is sustainable for them to be victorious?
I think I don't know if he needs to put up 30. Well, he's gonna put up 30 something points. I feel like most games anyway. He gonna drop at least 30 because he shoots so many threes and he knocks them down. So I see that being
Thank you, Tez. I don't think it's a sustainable. That's not. It's like
how was it sustainable last year then?
But also, you see when they lost him, what also happened? They started falling off. What's good,
Okay.
Key? So I'm not. So what I'm not saying is it's obvious that he is the
Good morning,
motivator.
Key. What's up?
So
Good for you.
I get what you mean by that because
Mm-hmm.
without him they lost. They lost some
Right.
games without him. What I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is it's sustainable for him to continue to do that over the course of the season and be effective when it really counts, being the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. Is he effective with that? Would he be effective? Would he be effective enough come playoffs if he done scored at a 30 point, 40 point clip? I would even say 27. I would say he stays around 25, 24 point average on the season. But if for him to sit like I don't know what his numbers was, I have to look it up and see what his numbers was the 2 MVP seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But has he won the scoring title? He hasn't won the scoring title, has he?
No, I think last year was the first year he won MVP, wasn't it?
No, he
Or
won
second?
MVP of the league of the
He,
championship game.
champion.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
he has 2 MVPs for the overall league. He already has 2 of those.
Yeah, but I'm talking
He
about
won that back to back.
right. I don't know, man. I feel like we see a whole new Steph when it comes to postseason, bro. Like he turns it on, which a lot of players do. They turn it on. They feel like it's time to turn up because it's postseason. It's time to do what you got to do. So I don't know. I feel like he doesn't have to. I don't think that's a recipe necessary for success. I just feel like that's just something he does. I feel like that's his game. He does what I feel like he does enough through the season. Yeah, he's hitting that. He's definitely shooting at a high level right now. It's early. But we know we do know Steph has a tendency at times to sometimes fall off throughout the season because it's so many games. And, it'll be games where it'll be 10 to 15 games where he's not hitting like he normally hits. But then, like I say, when it comes time for the clutch time for him to really knock him down in the postseason, he's right there. He's right there, keeping him in the fold. So I don't know.
So as he said, Ted stay 25 to 28. Yes, 30 to 35. No. So of course you
What is
mentioned
he averaging? What's his average, Trey, right now?
currently.
Yeah, what is he averaging
Let me
right
see.
now?
I can tell you. Give me 1 second. He is averaging.
Definitely went up after last night. $82.6.
That's what he's
he
averaging. Oh, well, then he can do it then. Yeah, I said if he average, he's gonna average about 30 something points a game, bro. Yeah,
32.6. But
yeah,
is he
that's
over the
his
course
average.
of
I
this?
think. Go ahead.
That's his average now. You think he
Now,
can
right?
keep that up over the next 72 games?
You think? Oh, Ron said
Wow,
he think
right,
he's going
go
up
up.
35. You think he go up to 35, 35, 36? He's already at 32.
and he's
And how
not.
much? And that's what? How many minutes being played? How many minutes is he playing? Do we know?
He's averaging. Let me go back and pull it back up while I still have it up.
Because we do know
He's
Steve.
averaging.
Go ahead.
He's averaging. Damn. Let me see.
Because we do know Steve Nash is gonna cut his time as time gets closer to the post. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna keep him out that much longer.
He's averaging 36 minutes a game.
36 minutes a game. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. I think he
That
stays right
part.
where he's at.
They
What's
two
the
and
record now? What's their
two
record
and
now?
4-7.
Right. Okay. Which ain't saying nothing right now. It's too early in the season. Way too early. The record really means nothing at this point. It's
At
just
the end,
it's just
so,
games.
so so the reason I bring that up is he's not
Mhm.
Luca, right? We would expect this from Luca. This has been Luca's career. This is what we see in Luca's career. He has been the force that has driven his team without anybody. So that's what we had. Luca walked into that into that type of role.
Mhm.
As you would think that more of Luca, he's more so built for that because Luca. And then, but we see also it doesn't help Luca either. Like he's still like he continues to ascend every year. At this point, do we see the Dallas Mavericks in the championship this year? Is that the
No.
next step for Luca and them?
No. The next step for Luca is playing defense. I'm just being honest, man. Luca will not be like
So last night before the Dallas Maverick dead battle with the Brooklyn Nets. We all know Brooklyn Nets are in a little bit of turmoil, but you know what I'm saying, we're not going to beat that horse anymore. Um, Brooklyn led by 26 points from Kevin Durant, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 19 points from Thomas, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 10 points from Nick Claxton, 14 points and 1 assist to go along with that, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists from Royce O'Neal, Seth Curry with 1 point, Ben Simmons, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Sumner, 4 points, 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists for Joe Harris. The Mavericks led by Lucas, 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Dorian Finney, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists from Josh Green, 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Hardaway Jr., 6 points from Christian Wood. Um, and that's basically where it led off at. So that is the I put we expect from Luca. Which y'all would you all agree? We expect Luca to put up those type of numbers and to sustain that. At this point in 9 games, Luca's averaging 36 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, all in 30 within that's a 36-minute average. That is more so what I would think to expect when it comes down to Luca. On the other side of the spectrum, in the Nets, I don't know where you think the Nets
now
go from here, Ron. Because I know this. Go ahead, Ron.
KD
Go
lost
ahead.
that game, but go ahead, Ron. For them.
Blow it up.
Dang. Bishop, tell me if you go. Isn't that Ron's uh answer for just about any time we with these type of situations? He'd be like, "Yo, blow it up."
Yeah.
I'm usually right too. Kyrie Irving will never play another game in the NBA. He's out of here.
What?
Oh yeah,
What?
he's not playing.
What?
It's definitely like a high 90% chance.
What? You think he retiring? Because I hear what they're saying about retiring. Don't you dare disrespect Luca, sir.
Right, everybody.
Do you think he's retiring? You think
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna lead the game?
oh yeah. Did y'all see the list that Brooklyn Nets put out for him to do? His checklist before he can return to duty?
No, I didn't see it.
Hey,
What?
you know what?
No, I
You know,
didn't.
bringing that back up. I know I seen Jalen
But let me
Brown
let
get
me say
that.
let me say this real quick though, Trey. Ain't no way
Yes,
in the
sir.
world you beating a team when people like this are doing stuff like this, bro. There's no way. When you see this go on in a game before the game is over. Whether you believe it or not, the game is over. The game is over. When you see this, he hit the ball off his shoulder into the basket. When you see that, the game is over, bro. You just waiting for the clock to hit zeros. The game is over. When you hitting trick shots like this in the game at home, you know that game is over, bro.
Think
You're
about
not
that.
finna win.
Playing the Nets and Ben Simmons can't shoot with either hand. And
So question, right? So Rob brings up a good point.
Mhm.
Does, for the most part, Kyrie? So what, Bishop? You said you didn't see the list. So we
I
all
didn't even
know
know I was doing all
currently,
all
yeah.
weekend.
So currently he's on 6-game suspension or 5-game suspension.
Suspend. I knew that. Yeah.
But prior to him being able to come back, he has 6 things in which he has to do. He has to apologize. He has to donate $500,000 to an anti cause. He has to,
Anti-Semitic cause.
yes, he
Okay.
has to go through anti-Semitism training. He has to go through
That's
sensitivity.
ridiculous.
He has to go through sensitivity training. He has to meet with Joe Tsai, his
Just
the
release him,
team
man.
owner,
Just
his
release him.
team owner for him
Just release him.
to explain that his understanding of the situation, and then he has to, of course, go and meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders to have a conversation.
Just suspend
then
him.
once
I mean,
all that,
just release him, man. Just release him. That's ridiculous.
nobody's gonna
That's
pick.
absurd. That's
What you say,
absurd.
Ron?
So nobody's gonna pick him up.
Yes, they will. You know how many teams would get who? What? Are you
I don't.
serious?
So I was
I
on the same
disagree with
thing.
that.
I was on
I
the same
disagree with
thing,
that
but
one
when you look
100%.
at it, I was on the same thing. But when you look at it,
Yes, they
it's a
will.
lot of people. It's a lot of people that are against this. Like LeBron came out and said, talked to had his
KD
words
is
and
against
represented.
it.
Uh, the
KD don't
only
like the fact what they doing to him. Like
Adam Silver. No, I'm saying they're not. LeBron stated that he didn't agree with it and didn't respect anyone that came out that way. Said that. So LeBron is against presumably what Kyrie said, basically saying that it was harmful to people. So you have that. The only person that had kind of stand up, in which I think more players are starting to do it, is Jaylen Brown has been the first one to say that he doesn't think what they're trying to do to him is fair, and they
Right.
think that's a little too much in asking him to do all that. In which
It's
he
not.
said he doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic, and so you can say at this point he kind of taking a stance, and they're saying that there's probably starting to be more players that are taking a stance because they feel like this is a little extra and maybe going a little outside that realm. Adam Silver, NBA commissioner, has came forth and said he's kind of disappointed in Kyrie. But of course, I believe Adam Silver is Jewish as well, so of course he'd take a little problem with it to a degree. Who else? You have it's a Jewish player that plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers who stated that he wasn't necessarily against Kyrie, but he did think that what he did was a little much. So I don't know. Like Ron said, at this point, do you stand on what your beliefs are, even though Kyrie has not made it clear what his beliefs are? At this point, is all speculation, or do you, for the simple, because at this point Nike's pulled out. They stopped. His shoe was supposed to drop today. They stopped that. Like at this point, is it tapping his pockets? Is it starting to affect his pockets? What is going on? Do you be like, you know what, forget it? You know what I'm saying? I'll walk away from the game. Is that is that, I mean, for a person, that's a person's feeling. And if he feel like it's a little bit too much and he has much more to stand for as an individual, as a man, then he doesn't, and just be like, you know what, I'm done. Y'all F rap, y'all can have it back.
Yeah, Kyrie dying. So
Everyone's Eric
he's
said he's
gonna
going to do
do
what's
everything.
required. Ted said he's going to do what's
Yeah,
required.
I don't think he's leaving the league, man. I hear what Ron's saying, but I just don't see him leaving the league. Because him leaving the league would means that they won, and you're giving up on you're giving up on the fact that I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say
As a
uh,
Nets fan, are you open to? Are you more susceptible? Like, you know what? Just go ahead and trade him.
no. I personally still don't. I still wouldn't trade him because you still got one of the best players in the league on your team. If we could just leave, if we could just leave all the outside noise outside and just play ball, but that's the problem. That's what they want. Shut up and play ball. and that's not fair. That's not what this is about. And it's not about shut up and play ball. We're supposed to be so far past that, but yet and still here we are. And again, when it's all said and done, he didn't say anything. He just promoted a movie. That's it. He didn't say nothing. So again, the punishment don't fit the crime, in my opinion. But I mean, it is what it
So I
is.
mean, yeah, it's going to be ongoing. It's in the public at this point. It's in the eye of public opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because like he said, it's clearly he didn't say anything. So it's speculation, in my opinion. I'm a person that believes in like fairness, and in state is yes, he did post a movie. He did sit up and say he posted a movie without any clarity onto why he posted it, and which is left up to the public opinion. He could be bringing attention to it from many ways, many different
Mm-hmm.
reasons. He has not, and he relents to say what it was for. He will not apologize for posting it. He did apologize for posting it without any clarity. So at this point, it's like you're like trying to force him to do something in which obviously he doesn't want to do. To where is it freedom of speech? Is it fair to say that he shouldn't have to go through and say that? So, and I think this is where the other players are starting to draw the line at. It's like you have this long list of items of what you're saying, uh, and so it's like at this point, it, he's being put in a pickle, I guess you could say. Like, is he like in front of this is all in front of everybody at this point, and now you're asking him to come apologize. You're asking him to do all these things. What Ted say?
Well, right now they're saying Jalen Brown says the NBPA expects to appeal Kyrie Irving's suspension. Brown, NBPA VP says a lot of the players expressed discomfort with the terms.
Yeah,
So,
and
like a lot of people
that's
don't
your
agree.
union.
Yeah, the National Basketball Players Association. They don't. A lot of them don't agree with the suspension or anything that's going on. Like he's being made to teach people who don't get, in my opinion, who better to go through this than Kyrie. He enjoys this. I question why he removed it. Freedom of speech. But again, it wasn't even freedom of speech. When it's all said and done, Tiz, he didn't say anything. All he did was posted a video. That's the
So,
difference of the whole situation. It was never what he never said anything.
So we have to keep it because, but technically he did. It's just he didn't clarify because you got to take in consideration there are verbal and nonverbal ways to communicate. That
Right.
in case was a nonverbal and visual way, but he didn't. There's no clarity in
But
what
I'm
he had
saying he
posted.
never came out of his it physically
Yeah.
never came out of his mouth.
Well, true that, but it's still a
Yeah.
form of
That's
communication. It's like
yeah.
he just, and that's what I'm saying. The part is that he didn't clarify what he was posting. You know what I'm saying? If I come up and sit up and put one, you know what I'm saying, am I saying, the
What is one?
speculation
What
is,
does that one
yeah,
stand
you know what I'm saying, I'm playing one. Am I pointing to something at the top on my roof? Am I saying number one, I'm number one, 49ers is number one, the
No,
Eagles are
you
number
definitely
one?
not. You're not
What am
saying
I
the 49ers number
saying?
one, but of course you're saying
Yeah, it all comes down to the public opinion and
perception.
perception. Everyone's
Yeah.
perception is their reality. And so, but no one, so everyone perceive it like he could have set up and is no clear, and that's what he said. He has no clarity.
Mm.
But the problem is, to I think, and what the league and all everyone else is saying, that he hasn't came out and said unequivocally that his beliefs are not that of what they're saying to be or what the speculation is. And of course, that is what's was like at this point. You're looking at if you're if you're on the court with this individual, is he? Because you got to think this is the same type of stuff in which if Donald Trump sit up and posted the picture in the movie Rosewood, what would be,
See, I hear you.
what do
I
you
hear
say?
you.
Curious situation is simple. If you bite the hand that feeds you, you might get smacked. So it's going to continue on. Of course, it'll be more to come in later days. If they're trying to appeal the suspension. If it doesn't appeal, it'll be over in four more games, and
Mm-hmm.
then now we'll be back at where we're at with this these added tasks in which he has to complete before being able to be back with the team.
Mm-hmm.
or if he's no longer on the team, they can't hold him to that because it's not the NBA imposed, it's the
It's
team
the
imposed.
team. Yeah.
So and now, but is another NBA willing to take? I know DJ said earlier, LA will take him. The Clippers, I mean the Lakers.
Lakers.
So it's like, is there another team that would be willing to take that firestorm, or are they able to come to terms and have him create a program or something to where it can soothe the masses for the most part to be able for him to move forward? So it's like I said, it's going to continue to go on. Matter of fact, speaking of the Clippers and the Lakers for the most part. The Clippers were able to take care of dispatch the
Woo!
Cleveland
Them Clippers look good, boy.
Cavaliers ended a 8-game winning streak by the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers was led by Donovan Mitchell's 30 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 26 points for Evan Mobley, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist to boot, 19 points for Darius Garland, 1 rebound, 12 assists. 17 points from Kevin Love with 8 rebounds and 4 assists in 25 minutes of play. Jared Allen, 10 points, 20 rebounds, 3 assists. The Clippers, however, led by Paul George, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Reggie Jackson, who was expected not to play, did play, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 16 points from Terrence Mann, 17 from Norman Powell, 10 from Ezekiel Zubac with 9 rebounds. Last second heroics and gets the Clippers the W. They are 6-5 on the year. Cleveland drops to 8-2 on the year, ending their 8-game winning streak, and making sure that they can continue on.
PG
Going
13, getting it done. Kawhi, without Kawhi on the court, man. It's saying enough. It's saying a lot, man. 16-1 run in the last 4 minutes and 13 seconds versus the Cleveland Cavs. PG is on a whole nother level right now, bro. He feeling it.
Well, he said
He
he
been
did come out
playing good ball, bro.
a couple of weeks ago. He came and he said that he was going to come out and he was going to be. He takes it upon himself his responsibility to lead this team, and basically that's what he was going to do. So
And he's showing it. Like he's living up to his word, bro. He's showing it that like he is truly living up to what he said he was gonna do.
he did say it was Kawhi's team, but I mean he's basically saying he's going to take it on his back until Kawhi gets back. So he said he's going to do what he's going. His part is to lead the team at this point.
The boys is balling, man. The Clippers is a team, and y'all got them tonight, if I'm not mistaken. The Lake Show, I think, got these boys tonight, if I am not mistaken.
Matter of fact, speaking of the Lake Show, they did play last night. They were shorthanded.
Look, he
Without
has to emphasize that, coach.
LeBron, without Lonnie, they
He got to
were
emphasize that.
they were without 3 of their 5
Oh
starters.
God! Oh, here we go.
They were without 3 of their
It
5
was the
starters.
weather was bad too, wasn't it? It was raining outside. Wasn't
It was indoors. See, there you go.
it? It was raining, and so that's why LeBron and them could play. It was raining outside.
So LeBron, of course, the Lakers without LeBron, Patrick Beverly, and Lonnie Walker Jr. the fifth.
Hold on, Patrick. Hold on. Are you really gonna say Patrick Beverly and Lonnie Walker was our key people? I give you LeBron,
they're
but
starters. They're all 3 of the people in which I mentioned are starters.
that still leaves Westbrook and that still leaves AD.
Westbrook plays on the bench. Comes off the bench.
Why though? If 3 of your starters is out, why is he playing on the bench now? That's a time when you don't put him on the bench. You allow him to be a starter because you got 3 of your starters out.
In any case, the Lakers were led by Anthony Davis, 29 points, 4 rebounds and 2 assists in 29 minutes of play. Russell Westbrook, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists off the bench. Damian Jones, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 10 points, 4 rebounds and 2 assists from Tony Brown, 11 points from Austin Reeves, 18 from Kendrick Nunn, 8 points from Matt Christie, Matt Ryan with 2 points, but it was not enough as Lauri Markkanen could not be stopped. 23 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists from Jordan Clarkson. 17 points from Colin Sexton. Tyler Horton Tucker in his return back against his former team. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 points apiece from Rudy Gay and Walker Kessler. Malik Beasley, 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Coley Olynyk, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Mike Conley Jr., 14 points, 1 rebound, and 12 assists as The Utah Jazz take care of the Lakers 139 to 116. The
Get out of
Jazz improved to 9-3 on the season. LA drops to 2-8. Still early. Of course, Darvin Ham brought up the fact that he said the Lakers will get it turned around. They did not
here.
bring him there to lose, and he plans to get it worked out and turned around. Uh, they're not going to idly sit by and just be throttled throughout the whole year. Of course, in other games, the Wizards
We
we
don't stay on
beat
the Lakers. Oh, you don't have no questions for the Lakers game. You don't have no questions, no comments about the Lakers game. Huh?
not yet.
We just. But if they have one, do you think? What do you think about? But no, they get thrashed by Utah. Oh, we ain't got no questions for the Lakers, man. This
Well,
dude.
we're not gonna act like Utah is a bad team.
Well, we know that. We know they're
Yeah,
not.
so they're not a bad team, and I mean, of course, they was without their leading scorer, but they did have other people that was able to pick up the slack. It just wasn't enough. They got outplayed. It
Facts.
happens. It happens. Uh, the other games, the Wizards defeated the Hornets 108 to 101. The Orlando Magic took an L to the Houston Rockets at 134 to 127. The Detroit Pistons were victorious over the Oklahoma City Thunder 112 to 103. The Milwaukee Bucks lose their first game to the Atlanta Hawks 117 to 98. The Portland Trailblazers continue on their rolling along, beating the Miami Heat 107 to 110. The Chicago Bulls were victorious 111-97 over the Toronto Raptors. The Memphis Grizzlies fall to the Boston Celtics on their own floor 109 to 106. The Minnesota Timberwolves thrashed by the New York Knicks 120 to 107. The Spurs fall to the net with a 115-109 score.
To the who?
Uh, the Nuggets, I'm sorry, not the
Oh,
Nets.
I
The
was like,
Nuggets,
who?
I'm sorry, the Nuggets.
Nuggets.
In the, you know what I'm saying? So tonight's games are slated, what's it, 11 games as we have, correction, tonight. Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
Is it tonight or tomorrow?
No, I think it's tonight.
No, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
11 games tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Of course, the Nuggets will take on the Pacers, the Mavericks and the Magic and Mavericks and Magic, the Trailblazers and Hornets, Pistons and Celtics. Rockets plays off against the Raptors. The Hawks take on the Jazz on their home court. The New York Knicks will be battling the Brooklyn Nets, battle of the boroughs. Milwaukee will be traveling to Oklahoma to take on the Thunder. The Bulls will host the Pelicans. Uh, the Grizzlies will be traveling to San Antonio. Uh, the Phoenix Suns face off against the Timberwolves. Uh, the Cavaliers will do battle with the Kings. And, of course, the Lakers will face off against the Clippers at Crypto.com Arena. Um,
This is what
yes.
you. This is what the Western Conference looks like as of yesterday's games. This is what the Western Conference looks like if the playoffs were to start today, with Utah being on top, with the Suns at 7-3, at 2, Portland 7-3, three teams at 7-3, with Dallas coming up at number 5, at 6-3. He trying to slide in some DJ Quick tonight. Y'all watch it. I know you do. The Clippers in the play-in tournament, the Pelicans in the play-in tournament, the Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Minnesota Timberwolves would be in the play-in tournament if it was to start tonight in the Western Conference. With OKC and the reigning champions, Golden State Warriors, the Sacramento Kings, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Houston Rockets on the outside. They would be on the outside looking in the Western Conference.
So that would be
If it starts
actually
tonight.
it's actually the same. It would still be the same field from last year, except for Portland would be in and Golden State would be out.
Right, pretty much, right. Then over in the Eastern Conference, Milwaukee would be in with 9-1. Cleveland would be in at number 2 at 8-2. Boston would round out at the 3, 7-3 with two teams with 7-3. Atlanta 7-3. The Raptors 6-5, and the Bulls 6-6, topping out the top 6. Playing would be in and out of the Pacers. The New York Knicks at 5-5. The Wizards at 5-6. The Sixers at 5-6 in this playing tournament with the Nets, Heat, Hornets, Pistons, and the Magic on the outside looking in the East.
So the difference in this one is the Knicks will be in because Brooklyn, Miami, and Charlotte all made it to the tournament,
Right.
the top 10 last year.
Right.
So now you'll be looking at who wouldn't be in. The Pacers get in, the Knicks get in, and the Wizards get in, and the Charlotte's out, Miami's out, and Brooklyn's out in this case. So, I mean, but like we said, it's a lot of basketball left to play.
Whole lot of basketball. Whole lot of basketball still to play.
So, additionally, also, what do y'all think if you were a potential Hall of Famer, Bishop?
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider it beneath you to go play overseas?
No. Why would I? If I was a Hall of Fame, why am I playing overseas though?
Because you're not getting any more opportunities in the United States.
So am I on a team or no?
No, you're not on the team. You're a free agent, and no one else is picking. No one is taking.
If you love the game, you're gonna play wherever you can play because you love the game. No matter, you know what I'm saying. In my opinion, if you love the game, you're gonna play wherever you can.
So technically, I mean, I assume that that's the way this player feels. Free agent center Dwight Howard has signed a deal to go play overseas in Taiwan for the Taiwan Leopards.
Dwight Howard ain't on no team. When did he get released? I didn't know he was a free agent.
He last played with the Lakers.
Well, I thought somebody picked him up after that.
Last year, he's been a free agent, so he's going overseas to play. Career average 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks a game. His career numbers. But
they say he was softer than Pootie meat.
38 years old. He's going to go. He's 37. I'm sorry, 37 years old. So he's going to go play in Taiwan overseas. Do you think anyone out there, of course, do y'all think things of that nature diminish the your legacy?
No, because we know Stephon Marbury did it. I believe AI went over there and played a little bit over there. Yeah, we know players that's done it. I mean, the Balls done played overseas. So I don't
at the beginning of their career, though,
right
at the end of your career.
Well, we know Stephon and Allen did it after. After
but Stephon isn't a Hall of Famer.
No, but he's done won some championships over there for them, multiple.
Well, yeah, he went over there and made
he's a household name over there. Yeah.
So that was a move. That's a move. That was definitely a move, and it was like early in his career. Like Steph, he hadn't even been in the league but 6 or 7 years at that point, which he basically was outed, and then he that's where he went to go make a name for himself over there. So Dwight Howard, however, completely different story. And I'm not saying that it does diminish. I was just wondering, like, saying that everyone's take on it. Is it a diminishment of his legacy? Are you Ron just in time? Do you feel that Dwight Howard going to play overseas is a diminishment of his legacy?
Right around your lip.
I feel like it's part 2 of his retirement.
You're feeling Stephon Marbury vibes?
Yeah, but he's going more like the end of Twilight. It's sad he can't get a job in the NBA though.
That part. Would you make that move?
I don't know why he couldn't find a spot on the Orlando Magic.
Bishop, you said you're making that move. You making that move too?
Go back to Orlando where he was called him.
I would be a good veteran on any team. I don't know why he's going overseas. He's an American guy. He likes to be in the city and lively and all those wild things that he's into. So I'm shocked. What team is it?
The Taiwan Drag Leopards from Taiwan.
He going to Taiwan? Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he's going
He
to
gonna
Taiwan. He's
dominate.
going to he's
He
going to
gonna
play in the
dominate over
T1.
there. Yeah, he gonna dominate over there now. Don't get it twisted. He probably gonna dominate over there. So,
You making the move like that too, Bishop?
to go play over the seas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you if it's for the love of the sport, yeah, absolutely, without question, bro. I'm definitely going there. I'm not. Yeah, if I love the sport the way I say I do, yeah, man. Every chance, like think about it, Trey. Like any chance you up here 70 years old still trying to play flag football, would you not?
How did I knew you was coming with that? So what I was about to say is, I think I would stay here in the States, get on
What?
get on somebody's squad as as a trainer, or saying something like that. Keep myself in shape, so if I was to get a call, I can go for a tryout, a session, and maybe get picked up. I don't think I'm going to go overseas.
Mm. Even though they paying now, they're paying,
I'm very sure
right?
they pay.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
very sure
paying.
there's
So
some.
you,
I'm
so
very sure
you're,
his.
so he ain't made no major money. So you're mean to tell me you gonna pass up sure money for maybe money because you're not guaranteed to get on the squad. Obviously, nobody's went to pick you up as of yet, and the season has started, and you choose to try and just sit and wait it out and try your luck at all, however many teams it is in the NBA.
Yes, because I mean, like he
That
does risk
dude,
the possibility of one getting seen, and people be like, okay, he's able. Like he's going to probably eat
we've
over
all
there.
seen the white though, Trey.
He's going to eat over
Act
there.
like
He's
he
going to eat.
do.
I'm saying he's going to eat over there. It's a
He
different. Like
is.
he's probably going to
He
dominate
is.
over there, but
Yeah.
it's probably not going to be as easy as he think, because the same thought that he has is the same thought that other players that have, and those players have
Yeah,
gone
but
over there.
we talking about the White Howard who is like a physical specimen. Like this dude is chiseled at the height and the stature in which he has, man. Like, come on.
I
Yeah, it's other
I think
players
he's
over
going to
there,
go
but
over there.
there ain't other players of his stature, of his physical capabilities. Like
Maybe it's a lot of
we talking
different
about the
divisions.
guy who put on the Superman cape and dunked on a 12-foot goal.
It's a lot of players that have left, and let's not act like he's playing in China or anything. He's playing in Taiwan. Not to diminish that division, but it's going to be different, and we'll see. You'll definitely see. Uh, I think
When you
Dwight
say
be
different,
playing
when you mean different in what way though?
the level of competition.
Competition, and you
hmm
feel like it's gonna be a harder competition, stiffer competition than it is in the states.
No, I'm not
Uh,
saying that. I'm talking about the level of competition over there. Like
that's what I'm saying.
it's like going think about it. Remember loving basketball, right?
Hmm.
And remember when she went over there, she was killing them over there, right?
Right, right.
Until
Both of
she
them, both her and her former teammate who
yeah,
she
but
played college ball. Right,
she didn't know her former teammate was over there.
right. Had no clue. Correct,
And then they
correct.
ran into each other. It's like, yeah,
Right,
I'm saying I'm king of I'm the big bad wolf here until you run into the big bad wolf.
right,
And
right.
I think that's the same mindset. That's the same potential. Yes, Dwight might go over there and be representing until he runs into somebody else that's been over there representing for a while, and it be like, yo, it wasn't as easy as I thought. But he said nobody in Taiwan 6'2" or above.
That's Eric, you stupid. You stupid. No, that's what I'm trying to tell Trey. Even though you made that comment, Eric, that's what I'm trying to tell Trey. Don't get me wrong. There was some Yao Mings, and he's not from Taiwan. We know he's from China or Korea, or whatever, and stuff like that. We know there's some freaks of nature over there, but nothing of that caliber of a Dwight Howard, bro. I just feel like he's gonna go over there
He's
and
gonna
just
run.
dominate.
He's gonna run into an American over there that is holding it down.
You think so?
Yeah. He's gonna run into some other type, but someone else is over there doing the same thing in which he did, and they're over there dominated. And he's gonna go there, and maybe they think they bringing him in is going to be helpful. That's why they're bringing him in, or it could just be about money. They're looking like, okay, he should draw in people because he's Dwight Howard of the NBA.
Mm.
So I mean, it remains to be seen. We'll see. We'll hear about it shortly.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's gonna happen. I'm sure we're gonna find out about it soon.
So shifting a little bit, going a little backwards, gentlemen. As I said at the top of the hour, I wanted to take our a look at not the AP poll. I wanted to take a look at and see if we're able to concoct what the
College football, right?
CFP, yeah, what
CFP,
the
yeah,
CFP is going to stay tonight. So as we currently know, uh, Tennessee took an L,
did
so
they?
it is expected that they're going to be number one in the CFP tonight. But what about the other 9 teams? Who do we see as going? So I'm very sure all of us agree that Tennessee is going. I mean that Georgia is going to be number one, right?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, there's no other way to do it. You have to make Georgia one now, without question.
Do you have to?
Who else can? Who else gonna go? Who else gonna go to one, Trey?
I'm just asking. Do you
No,
have
no,
to?
no, 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 no. I'm not being funny. I'm just being honest. Like, do you see anybody else who could possibly jump to number one?
Uh, no. Only reason I foresee them jumping to number one is because they beat the number one CFP team.
That exactly. Say it.
So
I lost 500. You lost 500 on tennis. Oh, Eric. Sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that, bro.
who's number two?
I don't know
Ohio
why
State,
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
TCU.
See, TCU got a big game this weekend. You know, College Game Day gonna be in Austin. I'm thinking about going up there. College Game gonna be in because TCU plays Texas.
It's college, yeah, TCU. College game day is going to be in
Favorite.
Austin this
Mm-hmm.
week,
Mm-hmm.
and then next week it should be in Los Angeles
Why?
because the USC plays currently number 7 or number 8 ranked USC will play against the number 9 ranked UCLA.
Oh,
That's
okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Ohio State should definitely be number two.
Ohio State. So as we go down the list, I think we might end up changing that
Ron, you
this week.
disagree? Is you trying to throw Michigan in there at number
No,
two?
he's probably going to play Michigan. I think that's why I said as we go down the list, it's probably going to
Who?
be
Yeah,
something that
who
we're going to
played
look at.
this? Let me see. Yeah, who plays this week? Let me see.
The only ranked teams that played this week is number 10 plays against number
Ohio
11.
State. Yeah, Ohio State plays Indiana. That ain't it.
At,
UCF played Tulane.
Texas
That's
plays against
TCU.
TCU,
Alabama
and
plays
it's one other
Mississippi.
one. Yeah, there's one other one.
Oregon plays Washington.
Yeah, that's the other one. Those
Oregon
are
number six. Yeah,
those are only ranked games that get played tonight.
yeah.
All right, so who's number 3 tonight?
Who's three?
Who's number 3?
You know
Michigan.
what?
Does Michigan move up?
Did Michigan move
Does
up?
Tennessee
Where's
drop to
Michigan?
number 3?
Wait, where's Michigan at right now? Did they play this week? They didn't. Did they play this week? Just past Michigan?
They moved them back to 5.
Oh, they beat the brakes off Rutgers. Yes, they did. Ooh, 52 to
First
17.
off,
Good
verify.
God. So who Michigan got this week? Oh, they got a bye this week?
No, they played. They already had their bye. They playing this week.
They ain't in the top. I don't see them playing in the I don't see them in the top. Oh, Nebraska. Yeah, they do. They got Nebraska. So yeah, Michigan is 3. Michigan is 3.
Think Michigan 3? Ron, you
Yeah.
agree?
I don't want to be in their top 4 no more, but I have to. Y'all kick us out, Bishop. We gonna stay out. Don't move us back in there.
No, y'all 3. Y'all gotta go. Hey, everybody gotta get their chance. Everybody gotta get their chance, bro.
So
Nah,
I don't know if Michigan's number 3. So
Who you put at 3 then?
this is my quandary, right?
Uh-huh.
Georgia and OSU and
You
Ohio
can't put
State are
Tennessee
definitely.
at 3, Eric. How?
Why not?
How? How do you jump Michigan?
Because still again, Tennessee has played 6 ranked opponents, and they came up short
And it
against the
showed.
latest one against
Yeah.
number 3 by
Georgia.
14 points. Michigan has only played 1 ranked opponent. Ohio State is even in murky waters, but I know they're not going to drop Tennessee to number 3 with the undefeated. So I really think that it's really a case. Now I don't know if 3 the only reason I think they won't be 3. I mean, we could go with Michigan at 3, but I would even think TCU jumps up to number 3.
Ooh,
TCU has 5. TCU has 5 ranked opponents on their schedule, back to back to back to back to back.
facts.
So I think TCU is so in my opinion the next 3 are going to be, I don't know what order. The next 3 is going to be TCU, Michigan, Tennessee is the next 3. I just don't know in the order. So do you think that
So you saying Georgia, Ohio State, and
Mhm.
Michigan, and then Tennessee, TCU, and who else you said it? Tennessee,
Michigan was currently number 5. They got a W, right?
right?
I would give it Michigan. Michigan number 3.
Ooh, that's what I said. I said that.
Michigan
I
number
said
3.
Michigan at 3.
I hate it, but I think
I
Michigan number
said
3.
Michigan. I said Michigan at 3. That's what I said. I feel like
Number
Michigan.
4.
No, Ron don't want Michigan to be 3 because he don't want them in the
Ron
top.
said he don't want to. He's like the revolution will not be
Because that
televised.
top 4 has been running. That top 4 been scrambled all season.
So does that move? Does Tennessee drop to number 4, or do they?
Yes. Now Tennessee does get 4, in my opinion. Tennessee drops to 4, in my opinion. Tennessee, TCU, and for
so
me,
that means so
Tennessee,
that means
TCU, and who?
at number 6, Oregon has got
6.
to be number 6.
Yeah, Oregon stays at 6. Yeah, Oregon. Yeah. Yeah, Tennessee, TCU, and then Oregon.
Who's number? Who gets number 7?
Who's 7 right now? LSU. Ooh,
No, number 7 right now.
and they
Number
beat
7.
Alabama.
Number
They did.
7 currently is who is number 7? Number 7 currently is. Oh, you know
We
what?
talking about?
I think Clemson was number 7.
No, they
They
lost though.
lost.
They lost to
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
So right now we're looking at potentially UCLA, USC, LSU. Who else is in there? Alabama.
No,
Um,
Alabama. Definitely not Alabama. They just lost.
so what that mean?
They can't be. No, you can't have Alabama over. You can't have Alabama over USC or UCLA.
Do you think is it fair to put Alabama at number 10 in the
Or
CFP?
LSU. Huh?
Is it fair to put Alabama at number 10 in the TFP? Or is that too low?
I feel like they probably should drop a little lower.
Oh, we know that is not going to happen.
I think they should be probably number 12, 11 or 12.
I think LSU gets number 7. I think USC. Actually, yeah, I think LSU gets number 7. I would be almost willing to state what I
Said
see.
that. I said
What?
LSU at number 7.
Oh, I would even be willing to possibly say that USC gets jumped by UCLA, but I'm not going to say that. But
That's what I
USC,
said, Mr. Dozier. I said the same thing.
they in the top 10 in the AP. They're going to be in the top 10. Watch.
What up, Stan? Good morning. Good morning.
USC at number 8. UCLA at number 9. Does Ole Miss, Alabama, or Utah get number 10? You still got Penn State. We know Texas ain't. Tulane. Can Tulane move up? Is Tulane?
No.
NC State. We know Washington ain't. So that's basically what we're left with. So
No. Tulane can't move up yet.
Ole Miss, UCLA.
UNC can't move up.
So I'm thinking even Utah, Ole Miss, or Alabama is number 10.
Penn State might move up before any of them move up. Yeah.
I don't expect.
And Utah. Yeah, Utah.
I don't expect them to put 4 Pac-12 teams in the top 10.
Yeah, that would be the first in decades. Does Oregon deserve top 5?
No.
No. We just named the top five. How would they get top five, Anthony? Oregon is not Oregon is not outdoing Tennessee. Oregon is not outdoing Georgia. Oregon is not outdoing Ohio State. Oregon is not outdoing um, who else was it?
I think Ole Miss gets
Georgia,
the
Tennessee. You think Ole Miss gets what?
gets number 10.
Mm,
It's in my opinion, it's a setup because with Alabama playing Ole Miss, that gives them a win over a top rank, another win over a top ranked opponent that starts to propel them and move them forward.
mm, mm. Mm. Yeah. Penn or Illinois will move up. Penn, Illinois. I just saw it. Oh, yeah. But Illinois just lost to Michigan State. How they gonna move up? Eric, Illinois just lost to Michigan State this weekend, 23-15. How they moving up? Not losing to an unranked Michigan State, they not moving up. That's not gonna happen, bro. Penn State probably can. Penn could probably move up because they beat Indiana 45-14, but Illinois can't move up if they lost to Michigan State 23-15, who Michigan State wasn't even ranked. No, yeah, they lost. They lost 23-15. So UCF may move up because they won this weekend. They beat Memphis.
Yeah, I think it goes to
Texas is gonna move up because they beat Kansas State, who was ranked 23. Who else? Liberty won. They beat Arkansas. They could possibly move up. Notre Dame won, and we already know how they do with Notre Dame. He said, "That's why you lose." He said, "Stop it. That's why you lose." Well, Notre Dame beat Clemson, so we know Notre Dame is about to move up. They beat them 35-14, so Notre Dame is probably gonna move up. State gonna probably move up. They beat Miami 45-3. North Carolina State could move up because they beat Wake Forest, but Wake Forest wasn't ranked. And of course, Utah gonna move up because they beat Arizona. Yeah.
so that's what I think we have. Georgia, number 1, OSU number 2, Michigan number 3, Tennessee at 4, TCU at 5, Oregon 6, LSU 7, USC 8, 9, UCLA, and 10. I say would be Ole Miss. I want 1,000 on your trash team, Anthony.
Ooh. Oh. 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 Let the games begin.
Sound like some wagers.
That does.
So last night, did y'all watch the game? First and foremost.
The Ravens game?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Were you not entertained?
Was I not entertained?
Yes.
Come on, we talking about most electrifying quarterback in the league right now, and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, are we talking?
Yes.
Are
you questioning that?
I don't think that when you say at this current point when you say Lamar Jackson, I don't get the most electrifying quarterback in the league.
Who's the most electrifying quarterback in the league?
I didn't say anyone was. I just said I don't get Lamar Jackson.
If there's an electrifying quarterback in the league, who would it be?
If you said that to me, I would think that you're referencing Lamar Jackson.
So that's who it is.
But I was just saying I wouldn't necessarily think that right off. So let's say this. I asked this question right before we get into what happened with last night's game. Is Lamar living up to the expectations of a contract in which he wants?
Nope.
Not as of yet. No. And we know he still has that huge hurdle as to winning a playoff game. So until he does that, no.
Right now, easily they should be 8-0 with the Eagles.
I wouldn't say that because we in the league of our own.
Y'all are not. Let's get
We
this straight.
are. We're the
Y'all
only
are
8-0
not.
team. We are the only 8-0 team, so we're obviously in the league of our own.
Y'all
We're
are
the
not
only.
in it by y'all are 8-0. True enough, right?
Okay, so
True
then
enough.
so we're the
Y'all have
only
not trailed at halftime all season long.
that part. So that's the
True
league of
enough.
our own. Then we're in the
But
league
you
of
are
our own.
not in the league of your own.
Why aren't we?
Why are y'all? Let's ask
Because
that
we're
question.
aiding. Oh, I've just told you why.
That is
They
not
were
a league of
aiding.
your own
Oh,
because you're 8-0. You know what, Bishop? You got it. You got it. Y'all are 8-0. Y'all are 8-0. Because when y'all start falling,
we're not falling.
okay.
We're not gonna fall. No, no, no.
Who produced that song?
I don't know.
Shout out to the Holy Seven.
What are we falling for, bro? We know we got the Commanders on Monday night, prime time, baby. Another prime time game,
Trap
baby.
game.
Every game from here on out is a trap game for the Eagles,
No,
man. Just say
but
it. Just say it.
it
Just say
is.
it.
Honestly, it is. When you think about it,
Thank
yes,
you.
we
Just
are.
say it. Just say it.
Every game is a trap game.
Every game from here on out.
While y'all undefeated, every game is a trap game.
Thank you. Say that. Thank you. I appreciate
Now,
it. Thank
some
you for
games
getting
you
that off your
expect.
chest.
Some games you expect y'all to win, but I think this is a trap game. Why is it a trap game? It's a divisional game.
Is it at home, Bishop?
Let me see. I think. Let me look. Ooh. Let me look.
Yeah, it's at home.
Yep.
Yeah, that ain't no trap.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
a good way to get obliterated.
That's yes, sir. Yes, it is at home.
You know, because I know y'all gonna pick. I think I'm picking the Commanders on this
Well,
game.
we know you ain't never catching up. You do that. You do that.
Eagles coming off 11 days rest, Bishop. Them
Oh yeah,
8-0.
y'all finna take the. Yeah, y'all finna take an L, Eric.
What if
I
Buffalo slump?
they might not take an L.
They finna take an L.
This
They might
Buffalo.
not.
You didn't see how mad Josh Allen is from Josh finna put a punishment
the
on.
one that's throwing them horrible interceptions.
I know, and that's why he finna put a punishment on them
This in
Vikings.
prime time, though. Is this in Buffalo or Minnesota? It's a 1:00 game.
What Eagles and AJ Brown hamstring away from being that ain't even what, bruh. You know he drunk. Move around because you sound crazy.
AJ Brown, they still be 8-0.
Yeah.
Allen may not play. That's what
That
I'm
is
saying.
true. I did.
That's
That
what I'm
is true.
saying.
Yeah,
So,
he is. Because of that elbow.
We don't play against Kirk Cousins in 1:00 game. Buffalo's losing this.
So was Anthony. You're right. Lamar Jackson his accuracy was a bit off last night, but so was whatchamacallit too. He missed some Andy Dalton. He missed some passes as well.
you know what? I might go completely off the reservation this week. I might
You
go
gonna need to.
completely.
You gonna need to.
Wow, Bishop
You
with the
gonna need
cap
to.
off.
You gonna need to.
Bishop.
Bro, he gonna need to. He's
Okay.
going to need to. Now we were just talking about Lamar Jackson, right? And if in regards to him being whether or not he's living up to his potential, y'all do know the rest of the season after last night's game, they are not playing a winning team with a winning record until the final game of the season. The next 8 games, all the teams they play against next have losing records, except the Cincinnati Bengals, which is the very last game that they play. Every team they play from here on out has a losing record. Just giving you a heads up. Just letting you know.
Last night's game, of course, the Baltimore Ravens faced off
Yeah, I
against
bet
the
you
New Orleans
do, Eric.
Saints. The Baltimore Ravens, of course, we know victorious 27-13, improving the Baltimore Ravens to 6-3 on the season. The New Orleans Saints dropped to 3-6. Lamar Jackson, 12 for 22, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 24 carries for 93 yards plus 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, 11 carries for 82 yards. Isaiah Likely, 21 reception for 24 yards and a touchdown. James Prochet, 2 receptions for 22 yards. Josh Oliver, 1 for 19. Kenyon Drake was 2 for 16. Deshaun Jackson made his appearance, 1 reception, 16 yards, left the game with a potential hamstring injury. Demarcus Robinson, 1 for 12. Justice, 1 for 8. Duvernay was 1 for 5. The Saints, Andy Dalton, 19 for 29, 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Taysom Hill with one pass for 13 yards. Alvin Kamara, 9 carries for 30 yards. Washington was 3 carries for 7. Taysom Hill was 1 for 6. Chris Olave, 6 receptions for 71 yards. Jawan Johnson, 2 receptions for 42 yards. As you see, the one where he was thought he was out of bounds. So no player went to make a play on him. He continued up the sideline and scored. So he had the lone touchdown for the New Orleans Saints. Alvin Kamara, 3 carries for 32 yards. Trey Quan Smith, 3 receptions for 29 yards. Marquez Callaway, 3 for 24. Kevin White, 1 for 10. And that's all she wrote. So,
Speaking of which, if I'm not mistaken, didn't I play you last this weekend, Ron? Wasn't you hoping for Kamara to do some things for you last night to get you the
Play
dub
me
over
what?
me in fantasy, guy?
What's
In
fantasy?
fantasy. Oh, now it's what's fantasy now. How funny! How funny this guy! How funny! Yes, this you do, man. This guy right here, Houston had a great game. Had 2.5 sacks, and the first player in Baltimore Ravens franchise history have 2.5 sacks plus an interception in the same game. Shouts out to Houston for a major game last night, number 50. Major game, major win for the Ravens. They needed that win. Like I said, the Ravens are facing nothing but losing record teams, except for the final game of the season against Cincinnati.
Very disappointing season for my Ravens.
so like I was saying, basically saying, um, Eric said it. Quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen is being evaluated for a ulnar collateral ligament
UCL, yeah.
and nerves in his right elbow, which potentially can possibly pull Josh Allen out. He has had this injury
Who's they
before.
back?
Their backup is Case Keenum.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
Case Keenum is the backup. Other news: New York Jets defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins may be lost for 4 to 6 weeks with a dislocated elbow. Uh, Outside linebacker Rashawn Gary for the Green Bay Packers out for the season after suffering a torn ACL. Um, they also possibly may lose cornerback Eric Stokes as well as with a serious foot injury. We do know rookie wide receiver Dobbs went out, as well as Aaron Jones, running back. They're all pro running back for Green Bay as well. It's not looking good for Aaron Rodgers as they get ready to face the Dallas Cowboys this week.
Mm.
New York Giants safety Xavier McKinney out on IR due to miss 4 games after injuring his hand on an ATV accident while vacationing in Cabo over the course of their bye weekend. Gentlemen, are you taking such risk, quote unquote? Not saying that it's a huge risk for during a bye week.
You don't. So I don't think you really, because keep in mind, Trey. You got to keep in mind, like when we were his age, you got to think about it. Like, did we consider those risks at those times? At that age, we didn't see those as a risk.
We
When we
wasn't
do things,
catching a ball for millions of dollars either.
it doesn't matter. We was in uniform. We
We
was still
we
taking
shooting
risks.
we were shooting bullets for
But we still,
less.
yeah, but we were still taking risks that could be very detrimental to our careers. Us playing flag football was a risk.
True.
So I mean, when you're young like that, you feel like a lot of people. I think, and I this is just me. I feel like a lot of people feel like they're invincible at that age. when you're young. You don't think about getting hurt or accidents like that. That's the farthest from your mind. It's an outlet. You're on a bye week. As we've gotten older, we find ourselves saying, "Oh man, you should be at home resting up, trying to get ready, prepare for the next game because it's a bye week. You shouldn't be out there doing nothing stupid." Even still, like accidents happen. Accidents happen. Accidents happen. So when you do certain stuff, you don't think of those things as you don't think of things as though anything could possibly happen or could go wrong when it's all said and done. So I don't think I used to be like, oh, that was so stupid for you to do, but when I was their age, I used to think,
You know what, Bishop? It's funny you say that because if you look at the comment that's on the screen right now, at that age, I might have let that comment affect me, but
right.
but I know how false that
You
comment is. That's
you see
cap.
that's why I
That's
ain't
cap.
entertain. You
Yeah.
see
So
why
it's
I ain't
like it's like
entertain that.
it's like
I let that
we
go.
all know, we know better.
Yeah,
We know
exactly.
better.
Yeah, exactly. The way back in the day, you probably would have. Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably went
we
off.
don't say he don't know. We don't say
Yeah.
if he would have walked into Freeman with that type of
Oh,
attitude,
you
he
know,
might have
you
he might
you
have caught
know, he got
a
the
couple of
business.
things.
He'd have got the
Yeah,
business. Yeah,
but so
you
that
know.
back in that day he would have caught
Yeah,
it would have
yeah,
been different. But
yeah,
now
yeah. It's
he know
irrelevant.
better. We know. Yeah, he knows better.
He knows not what he does
Everyone
or
in
what
the
he
any
says.
service member knows better.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't someone say it early? Don't back the hand that feeds you. Didn't CC say that?
What? Didn't who say what, Trey?
Nigga CC said, "Never bite the hand that feeds you."
Feed you that part. He did say that. Where is that at? He did. CC did say that.
So you know
CC
what I'm saying?
did say that. He sure did. Where
No,
is
it's
that?
it's cool. You good,
Yeah,
Eric? It's good.
yeah. Because you wouldn't have came through our line talking crazy like that. I guarantee you. We'd have been like, oh yeah, okay. Make a special wonton soup for him. Yeah, we'd have. Yeah.
But yeah, so I can get what you're saying, Bishop.
You
You kind
crazy.
of like let your hair down and
Yeah.
do a couple of things,
Mm-hmm.
but like you said, taking the risk. I'm very sure these they're advised, and if not, I'm very sure now they're going to be advised, but they don't have any more buys, of course,
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But with future references, I'm very sure McKinney's going to be seen and be like, hey.
How bad did he get hurt? What? How bad was it?
He hurt his hand, but he's going to be out. They put him on injury. They put him on
They put him on
IR,
IR.
so he's
Oh,
going to be
okay.
out. He's going to be out for 4 games.
Oh wow. Ugh, must have been pretty bad. Must have been pretty bad.
Ron, are you taking a risk?
No,
See,
I'm rested and recovering. I know
Ron say that right now. Ron, at that age, you was out there doing all types of stuff, man. Don't do that.
everybody does dumb stuff.
That part, especially when you're young.
There's a time and a place, and maybe you should just not do dumb stuff from like September to December. 3-4 months. It ain't that hard, Bishop.
That's facts. I agree with you.
So it's interesting that Eric just said this. So I was thinking about that. True that. So Eric, what you're telling me is you ate noodles and Doritos on Thanksgiving? Because I'm very sure you was on the ship during Thanksgiving. You ate noodles and well, you did say I barely ate, so it's not saying that you did not eat. Because before I became a cook, I wasn't eating that food either. And then I became a cook, I would prepare it. So he said we had 3 ship stores.
He said we was in the trenches.
Eric's favorite saying. So interesting, right? And I think I'm starting to like Coach Wilkes, up in Carolina. So of course we know Carolina had a bad game. Nah, I was in the line in. Okay. Yeah,
I
that
was in
part.
line. Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. We are good before
They
you
play.
became a cook.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Like, hey, true story, right? So me and DJ was in the same section. We all ate good before you came. No, DJ, I never ate. I didn't eat field child. I would bring mine. That was back then when I was eating Vienna sausages and stuff like that, and when we was eating the cheese whiz and all that type of stuff. I didn't used to eat defect food. And
So
me and DJ
and
was
then
in the same section.
he came into the defect and was eating all the defect food.
No, there's certain things like only things in which I could. Oh yeah. Like you said, that's what we ate good. Like we didn't eat, used to eat that stuff, and then I became a cook. You know what? It took me becoming a cook to realize how you got green eggs, how we got green eggs, and so and like
That part.
if y'all don't understand, of course you should know now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a certain method to cooking eggs
To
for
to prevent them from
to keep
turning
them from
green.
turning green.
Yeah.
It's a very specific method. Like you have
Yeah.
to. It's things in which you have to do to stop it from
Certain
turning
things,
green.
and it's as
Yeah.
simple as something that's called butter. Butter.
So it takes a lot because, of course, it's not that there's anything wrong with them. They're just overcooked. That's
That
all it
part.
is. So, but yeah, that type of stuff. I was a yellow shirt working 18 hours a day. On the flight day, I had to send my blue shirt to get me my food.
Mm.
So yes, so like we were saying, Carolina. So
The
PJ Walker
Panthers.
had a
PJ Walker.
horrible game in
Didn't he
which
get substituted
he
by
got bit.
Baker?
He
By
got
Baker?
benched. He
Yeah.
got benched. Had to go sit down. Baker came in, threw 2 touchdowns. They end up losing 42-21 or something like
But
that.
they're
And that
sticking with PJ.
that part
They
they are.
sticking with PJ. They say they're
PJ
sticking with PJ.
Walker. They said PJ Walker is still the starter. Baker
Mm-hmm.
Mayfield is the backup. Sam Darnold has been activated to the 53-man roster, so they're going to have 3 active quarterbacks. They're ready to go.
Ooh.
Wilkes said he would like to see Darnold play again at some point. When you look at it, Darnold as well as Baker are both on their end of the rookie contract. So
Mm-hmm.
one of them is going to have to one of them is going to have to go for the most part. The others will be staying unless they decide. I don't see you keeping 2 quarterbacks off extensions. Um,
Yeah, Baker
but
probably go.
one of one of the things that was stated is Coach Wilkes said if he benched every player for playing bad, if everyone to be
We'll never
benched.
have a starter.
Yeah, we everyone to be benched. So
Yeah.
he's going to go ahead to give PJ Walker an opportunity to show that that was just a bad game and that he can recover from it. I like the ideology. What do you say, gentlemen? Are you in agreement with it, or do you think Baker should be
I like
starting?
it. I like it. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
And I'm all for seeing um, Darnold get another opportunity to show what he can do, audition, getting put himself in position. But PJ is the starter, like you said. Eric said, play PJ. PJ will start again, preparing as the starter. Baker Mayfield, the backup. Sam Darnold, at this point, is the third string backup. Of course, in other news, Indiana, which was revealed yesterday, I think Eric has put it had put it up. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay fired head coach Frank Reich, only to hire former offensive lineman for the Colts Jeff Saturday as the interim head coach. Of course, Jeff Saturday has no coaching experience outside of that of the high school, being a high school head coach. So I asked this question: when Cornelius Mayfield he had that injury. He was injured. That's why he was no longer the starter. So he's the starter now. I mean, he's the backup now because PJ Walker is the starter, which is interesting. Like PJ Mayfield only lost the starting position due to the injury, but of course he wasn't effective. He was out against the 49ers. Just Saturday, maybe. Drunk saying that y'all both got the same amount of of experience. So, but yeah, that's what happened to Mayfield. He was injured. I think a high ankle sprain or something like that, or an ankle sprain. That's what took him out. And you know what? That's so. I'm wondering this, right? All actuality, all really, all aside, does this make sense? Maybe, maybe not. I see so many different angles potentially in which none may be thought of, or maybe they so. So when you take a look at this, um, one thing is goods and bads to this situation, in my opinion. Some goods are the Colts could basically be tanking without tanking, without saying it's tanking by saying Jeff Saturday as a coach. Jeff Saturday as a coach. If he does well, then so be it. If he doesn't do well, so be it. It's an interim. He's an interim at this point. It doesn't set up and tarnish anyone else's reputation or anything, because if he doesn't have any expectations of becoming a head coach, even outside of this, then he just helped the organization to tank without necessarily just going out and tanking. He puts himself in the position for that. It doesn't varnish or tarnish any other coach's opportunity that really wants to become a coach. If it works out for him, then he basically walks into a head coaching position going forth. So at this point, you know what I'm saying, it's good. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, it does eliminate, just as Eric was saying earlier, it eliminates any other coach that could have been on that organization that could have had an opportunity to try out or the audition. Any other coach that's out there that possibly might want to take the position or any of that, it eliminates all that. One thing that was brought into question is, let's say Saturday does end up being proficient and is kept. There's a expected violation of the Rooney Rule at that point, where he has to interview two candidates of color or for the position. So that all that comes into place. But I really believe that is because before they've been trying. It is rumored that they've been trying to get him to become a coach, in which he kept on declining, consistently declining. Now you put it in a position to where now all of a sudden he's declined an offensive line position. He's declined position coaching positions, and then he decides to take the job as the interim head coach. Definitely a situation to where I feel like it might be a tanking job without it being known. Ron?
I'm still talking about Jeff Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Somebody fix the Rooney Rule.
Black coach got good with the Colts. He did. So Dungy and Caldwell both were good at the Colts.
It's just the way it is. Some things will never be the same.
Henry said, Doja said, if I'm a coach on their I'm not listening to Saturday. Run left, we going right.
Oh Lord. Wasn't he a lineman for the Colts?
Yeah, awesome. He's in their ring. He's in their ring of honor and everything like that. Yeah, they want Caldwell back. Colts fans want him back.
Like the Steve Nash hire, huh?
I really think it's a tank job. I'm not going to lie. I saw me in the Bryce Young and the Colts jersey is going to be it's going on me.
So what's the chances of him keeping his job?
I think it's a tank job. Because Jeff Saturday has never. During the research last night, I found to where they said Jeff Saturday has been approached by the Colts plenty times before in taking lesser positions, in which he basically didn't do it. He wasn't interested. Now he gets an interim head coaching job. I think it's just a situation where it doesn't tarnish a coach, an actual person who really wants to head coach, tarnish their possibility of the record because he's at the position. Now what comes to play is if he's victorious and actually turns the team around or makes it where they're where it's formidable, then he's going to be the first person. He gets first dibs at the position. I don't think he will have to interview again for the position, or maybe he will as an interim. So he may have to interview for the position, which they have to go through, and like you said, go through the Rooney Rule and all that. So I don't know, but I think for the most part, it's a tank job without saying it.
Yep, and a great opportunity for him. Could you imagine getting brought onto a job to lose? We're gonna pay you well. All we want you to do is make sure you lose.
Hmm. Yeah, he was a center. He was a center.
I feel like he's deserving of this opportunity. I like it. It makes sense.
Uh, and of course, Mike McCarthy, Coach Mike McCarthy, is due to head back to Lambeau Field as the Dallas Cowboys will face the Green Bay Packers. Mike McCarthy won 6 NFC titles, 9 playoff appearances, 4 NFC championships, appeared in 4 NFC championships,
Oh,
and won Super Bowl 45 before being fired in 2018 from the Green Bay Packers. Mike McCarthy has 125 compiled wins, second in franchise history. Would you feel a certain way going back to Lambeau Field, Ron? What's your emotion going back to Lambeau Field?
let's rewind it. How many
Okay.
championships did you say he won at first?
I didn't. Well, I said 4 NFC
I know.
championships, but
In my head, I'm like, wait. He won the four
he
Super
no,
Bowls.
no, he didn't. That's why I had to rephrase it.
I
He
know.
went to 4 NFC
So
championships.
that means he was what in NFC Championship games? 1 and 3, I think. If I
Correct.
have. Ooh, that's stanky. Think of 1 and 3. That should have easily be 3-1. 2 more Super Bowl appearances for them. That says a lot about him and Aaron Rodgers' run. To answer your question, he should feel like he rode a Super Bowl that wasn't really his for a decade going back home.
Mm. I didn't
Ah,
look at it that way, but that is a good point. That was Brett's organization.
overrated. Smoke.
One Super Bowl.
1 and 3 in NFC Championship games. That's almost worse than LeBron's record, and that's finals.
Six. Now you go back. Now I'm going back and look at it. Basically unpacked it all. 6 NFC North titles. So 6 NFC North titles, 4 appearances in NFC Champions, 9 playoff appearances, and one Super Bowl with the bad man. Packers fans have zero love for Mike McCarthy. Yeah, Andy Reid is great. Is Andy Reid great? Is McCarthy a better coach than Andy Reid, Ron?
Andy Reid's a better offensive coach. Andy Reid has his major flaws as well. Don't give him no time clock with 60 seconds left in the game. He will mess it up. Andy Reid was Super Bowl-less until Mahomes came along. So, but we can't stop hate on his offensive genius. There's probably nobody in the game that we really could put. He's the offense with Belichick is the defense.
Andy Reid was 1-4 in NFC Championship games.
Right. That's why Philly kicked him up out of the paint.
Andy Reid is drunk with the Andy Reid is light years better than McCarthy.
Definitely light years. Was that a comment?
So yeah, that was Reid. That was drunk.
Okay.
So okay. When you like what Ron said, Andy Reid is to the offense what Belichick is to defense as head coaches. McCarthy isn't a offensive guru as we see in Andy Reid. True point. McCarthy had Aaron Rodgers. Reid now has Patrick Mahomes. Is it safe to say that they're similar in all aspects?
What, that they always lucky to get great quarterbacks?
That as well as their accomplishments. Basically, Reed has no. Well, Reed didn't win well, Reed has a Super Bowl. He didn't win with the Eagles, however, he won it. But
He
if you
appeared.
look at, go ahead.
I said he appeared in one, so that makes him 1-1,
Mm-hmm.
which is better than 1-0.
It is Donovan McNabb better than Patrick Mahomes at that time when you look at the careers?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way, Trey. Why you even saying that?
I'm just introducing you to discussions. Andy Reid can make spaghetti out of beans. McCarthy need everything in the recipe available.
Oh, somebody hitting it.
So McCarthy and Reid are not the same, basically.
Reed can get his team to the playoffs without a quarterback. I think basically that last comment is what it's saying.
Yes. And he followed up, and that was never better than Mahomes at any point.
He wasn't even allowed to sleep in the same room. No.
Reed had McNabb and Vic, plus he is 1-2 in Super Bowls.
He's 1-2 or 1-1.
What other Super Bowl did he go to, Snook?
Mahomes lose the Super Bowl?
Yes, he did.
He
He
lost.
lost. Yeah, he lost to Tampa Bay.
He is
He
1-2.
beat San Francisco and lost to Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady got the last laugh. Oh man. Mahomes.
Who did they lose to in Philly? Oh, he lost to Tom Brady, right? They lost to New England, right?
Yep. 2004.
Very interesting. When you start to delve into the come out, Andy Reid is better. You know what? Okay. He lost to the Bucks. Roger that. I got you, Snook. Is Reid better than Belichick?
No, different stratospheres.
Not even close.
Not even close. If Belichick would be an A plus. The most I would give Reed is an A minus, but he's really a B plus. He has major
Whoa.
as a coach. And how much of that success in Kansas City are we giving to him and taking away from being him?
But so okay, funny you say that, Ron. Because I looked at it, I thought about that earlier, especially when we was talking about Saturday. I looked and seen the picture, and I seen B-Enemy on the sideline. We know this is B-Enemy's last year in Kansas City. Does he finally get a coaching opportunity? Why is it that he hasn't got a coaching opportunity yet?
That's the first person I thought of when we was talking about Indianapolis.
Drunk is literally Belichick and everybody else. Heck no, Bill is greatness. Reed is good. Everyone on this Bill Belichick wagon.
As we should be.
But was it Bill or was it Brady?
It was Brady on offense, Belichick on defense. Greatest combination ever.
DJ says both. I heard Eric Bieniemy got old charges no teams want to deal with. So it remains to be seen. We'll see. Belichick, as we know, needs 23 more wins to be the all-time winningest coach. That's going to take 2 to 3 years for him to get. Belichick did go 13-3 with Matt Castle. Cornelius CC's with it was both. Eric was the wrong paint job, has the wrong paint job. I don't know what Ron was just saying. We know Indianapolis has been successful with African American wide coaches. Tony Dungy, Jim Caldwell. Does Eric Bieniemy go there and turn the tide? A running back, get a good running back. If a tank job happen, is Bryce Young ideal quarterback, or is there other quarterbacks that are that could potentially be in play?
Five.
What we do know is like all the top quarterbacks currently are African American and are dual dimensional. Uh, they all of age. Every single quarterback, every last one of them,
Going anymore.
except for of course JT McDaniels. Uh, but yes, so I know I seen a comment, Ron. If you was to give me your top five in NFL, Ron, who would it be today?
Teams.
Top five teams.
Philadelphia.
At number one.
Number 2. Shout out Eric. Minnesota Vikings.
Mm.
Number 3. Chiefs. Cowboys. Bills.
Mm. You know what? I can respect that. I think I could feel that. Number one, Kansas City. Number two, Minnesota. As much as I don't want to say it. Number three, the
Kansas City.
Chiefs. Number four, you know what? I would go with drunk Seahawks. Number four, Seahawks.
So we taking the Cowboys or the Bills out?
Oh,
It will probably have to be the Bills. We can put them.
yeah, you're right. Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah, Seahawks is definitely in there.
Because I don't want to say Minnesota, but they've been doing their thing. So yes, I would say I could go with drunk or Eagles, Vikings, Bills. See, oh no, not the Bills. Eagles, Vikings, Chiefs, Seahawks, Cowboys.
Yep. Then right behind them, we got the Jets and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Cowboys over the Bills is wild. The Bills have been exposed.
Jets is wilder. They did this.
Okay, CC says he got the Eagles, Vikings, Chiefs, Cowboys, and Ravens.
Right. I wanted in there, but I decided the Bills are still really good.
So between the other two, of course, we have the ESPN one, in which, of course, number 32 sits at is the Houston Texans. At number 31, the Carolina Panthers. At number 30, the Detroit Lions. 29, the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's getting close to where he's not going to be able to come back. At number 28, the Las Vegas Raiders. Number 27, the Indianapolis Colts. Number 26, the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 25, the Chicago Bears. Excuse me, 24, the Green Bay Packers. At 23, the Arizona Cardinals. At number 22, the Denver Broncos. At 21, New Orleans Saints. At 20, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cleveland Browns. At number 19, the Los Angeles Rams. How far they have fallen. At number 18, the Washington Commanders, moving up. At number 17, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is the ESPN power ranking. At number 16, the Atlanta Falcons. At number 15, the Los Angeles Chargers. Another team that we had high expectations for, and they're middle of the road. Number 14, the New England Patriots. Bill keeping them lively. At number 13, the Cincinnati Bengals. At number 12, the Tennessee Titans. At number 11, the New York Giants. Getting into the top 10, the San Francisco 49ers come in at number 10. At number 9, the Seattle Seahawks. At number 8, the New York Jets. At number 7, the Baltimore Ravens. At number 6, the Miami Dolphins. Getting into the top 5. Number 5, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 4, the Minnesota Vikings. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Does Philadelphia get to the number 1 spot in the ESPN power ranking, or has the Kansas City Chiefs jumped them? At number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-2, of course. Number 1, that puts the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1 for the first time this season, in the number 1 spot for the power ranking in ESPN. On the opposite side of the spectrum, in the NFL. You have the Carolina Panthers at number 32 with the Houston Texans at 31. That flips the Indianapolis Colts at 30. At 29, we have the Lions. 28, the Pittsburgh Steelers. 27, the Jacksonville Jaguars. 26, the Denver Broncos. They're further down the spectrum. At number 25, the Washington Commanders. 24, the Las Vegas Raiders. 23, the Arizona Cardinals. At 22, the Green Bay Packers. 21, the Chicago Bears. At number 20, the New Orleans Saints. 19, Cleveland Browns. Brian, do you think there's a possibility that the Browns can move up in a couple of weeks when Deshaun gets back? Can he salvage their season?
No, ain't no way.
At number 18, the Los Angeles Rams, in which I got to speak on something after this. I got to make sure I come back to that. At number 17, the Atlanta Falcons. At number 16, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At number 15, the Los Angeles Chargers. 14, the New England Patriots. Number 13, the New York Giants. At
Wow.
number 12, the Miami Dolphins. Number 11, the Cincinnati Bengals. At number 10, the Seattle Seahawks. That already tells us that they have a higher affinity for the 49ers over the Seahawks. At number 9, the New York Jets.
Wow.
At number 8, the Tennessee Titans. At number 7, the Minnesota Vikings. Ron, I'm kind of liking this list. At number 6, the San Francisco 49ers.
That's why.
At number 5, the Baltimore Ravens. 4, the Dallas Cowboys. 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. Whoa. Do we have yet another upset? Bryce Young is going to the Raiders. The Bills lost one game, and they're throwing them to the Dogs. Eric said he's looking at the Eagles, Chiefs, Vikings, Bills, Cowboys. I think Watson's going to play great in them 6 games. We all know this list is BS. So at number 3 is the Kansas City Chiefs, meaning number 2, the Buffalo Bills, and number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles. So 2 lists, both have the Eagles finally. But how far do the Eagles fall if they get their first loss? Do we see a situation to where the Eagles fall out the top 3 if they take an L?
Um, Absolutely. You can tell by their rankings because it's biased. Why
Mm,
would they have the Eagles this high up and the Vikings so far back on both listings?
mm,
The entire time I'm like, wow, the Vikings not only did make the top 5, I don't think they made the top 6 on either list. They was at 7 on one,
mm-hmm.
and then something else on the other. They're
They were
7
at
and 1.
7. Oh, they were number 4. They was number 4 in ESPN.
Okay, they did make a top 5 then.
Yeah, they was number 4 in ESPN, but number 7 in NFL.
Yeah, mostly all of us that gave ours here had them 3 and above, 3 and up.
So is there to be said? Is there does the records not mean anything?
Whew, that's a great conversation because there's a lot of playoff spots that's open. I think they're telling us something about the quarterbacks. Also was shocked with how high Miami is.
In the top 15, there were in the NFL, Miami is number 11, I think. No, 12. NFL, they're number 12. And in the ESPN, they are number 6. Definitely a different difference in opinions between the writers. Only one that matters is the conference. Only record that matters is the conference records. I don't know if they should be number 1, Eric, with one loss. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I do feel I can feel your pain. I mean, I'm not mad at the NFL ones putting San Francisco above Miami. I mean, above Minnesota.
Vikings beat Buffalo this weekend. They should be automatically number 2.
They should move up. Yeah, they should move up.
I don't think they're gonna move them above the Chiefs.
No, unless the Chiefs will have to take L, and the Chiefs don't play this weekend. The Chiefs are not in action this weekend.
Winning that NFC South, so it don't matter.
So, interesting comment made by Jalen Ramsey, if y'all didn't catch it, in reference to the play of his team. Let me go back and find it.
Oy.
So Jalen Ramsey was had some choice words to say. The defense should not have to go back on the field. Simple. Ramsey said bluntly, got to have some dogs who are going to get it. We shouldn't come to the sideline after a big stop like that and our coaches or other side of the ball or whoever telling us we're going to need y'all one more time. We're going to need y'all one more time. Like, what the, of course, explicit. We just made a big stop, turnover on downs with a minute and some change left and no timeout for nobody. Gotta have some dogs who are like, man, F this, all that. We are going to end this game right now. Good stop. We are going to end the game for y'all. We got to play off each other in that sense. You know what I mean. That is what I mean. We should not have to go out there again. It is what it is. It ain't the first time that this has happened, and this has happened multiple times this year. Real S.
You know what sound like he talking to?
Is he talking to McVay? Is he talking to or is he talking to Stafford?
First of all, he's talking to Mr. Cooper Kupp, the one who gets all the love and shine for LA, despite not being, part of this defensive unity. And then talking to Stafford.
Does he have a point, Ron? Do you think he has a point? Does he have a reason to say that, or should this have even been anything that was out in the said in public? Should this have been something stated in the locker room, or does this tear your locker room apart?
No, he is the leader of the locker room outside of Donald, Kupp and Stafford. He's numero 4. So I think it's good that he came out and said this. But everybody already knows it. So amongst the Rams, they're probably like, "Oh my gosh, here we go." He pointed out the elephant in the room.
The defense is not doing what they got to do.
Right. He hasn't been that dog either. He's lost a step, but he's still right.
Say small more than his 50 cent son. I believe firmly that sometimes you gotta say some things to get people's attention or let it be known, like, you know what I'm saying, we don't think this is okay. Obviously, that's what Jalen has came out and done. Now they're saying, of course, subpar all year. And let's see, cornerbacks have forced me to watch 3 Rams games. CBS has forced me to watch 3 Rams games. It maybe he has some. This is basically the insight of the conversation. He's letting his frustration be known, but at the same time, like Ron was just saying, he may have a point. So I don't think there's anything wrong with what he said. Now maybe the format, um, but maybe it brings up some some situations where people are going to start looking at it, and maybe it fires up the team to where now the team is engaged, and now they're going to be like, you know what, we're good and ready to go. The Rams gave us 4 of the coaches out of head coach. That was a mistake. Same team, but coaches is different. I don't even think it's the same team, Eric. Is they obviously are missing some pieces. The only thing that is still there that was there last year and still doing this thing is Cooper Cup. Outside of that, they don't have a run game. Uh, they have so much of the same, but I think in compared to a middle linebacker is a little bit different. Uh, you should not probably be saying it publicly. That part, it should have been like I said. It probably should have been. Uh, probably should have been in the locker room from everybody else. So Bishop, I'm glad to say that we looked through both the rankings and finally the Philadelphia Eagles are currently number 1 in both power rankings.
Let's go. About damn time. Buffalo lost to Durham, the New York Jets. There's no way we shouldn't be number 1.
They did not have a run game last year. Cornelius, you're
You see?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did not have a run game last year. Same thing. So the only bright spot they had, but last year Stafford was a little bit better. I don't know, was it the Odell Beckham effect? Was it because Von Miller was there and he was helping on the end? I think both those made a difference. Odell Beckham was without, is currently not there. They don't have anyone to set up or take away anything from Cup. So Cup is still getting his, but he's not getting it the way he was last year. At this point, he was in a higher or mid touchdowns, although he's averaging a touchdown every game. But it's a little bit different. Nah, he's coming to San Francisco. I think he'll be in San Francisco.
Fly, Eagles, fly. He better not go to Dallas. You right, Eric. He better not go to Dallas. Oh, San Francisco is number 10. Y'all 4-4?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
We lost to Chicago. We lost to Denver. We lost to Kansas City, and I think we lost to. Did we lose to Seattle? San Francisco. We lost to Kansas City. If they don't run it back, do you think the Rams will be looking for a new head coach? Nah.
Probably not. Nah, it's too early. Too early. Let me see. Who did we lose to? Oh, nobody.
uh,
Nobody.
Not yet, at least.
That part. Where's Minnesota at? Oh, they 3. I see you, Eric. Y'all number 3.
Not that part. You know what? When y'all,
Mm, mm, mm.
like you said, trap games, trap games, trap games, trap games.
Yeah,
Um,
all of
of
them are trap
course,
games now.
tonight be able to pull up and catch on ESPN. Y'all be able to see the outcome of the CFP. To see where all the teams were. That should be tonight, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Um, that much closer to the CFP tournament coming up at the end of the year. in military basketball. Of course, y'all know the United States Armed Forces sports uh, basketball tournaments are going on for the men and the women. Of course, the results over the course of the last weekend, Sunday, the United States Air Force team beat the Navy team 76-71. United Air Force team women's beat the Navy team 55-46. All Army team beat the all Marines 85-69 in the men's and 90-56 in the women's. Monday pitted the Navy against the Army yesterday, in which the Army was victorious 95-79. The U.S. Army women's team edged out the All Navy team 59-54. United States Air Force all team beat the U.S. Marine Corps men 77-81, and the women were victorious with a win of 69-37. Currently, the standings for the women are Army 2-0, the Air Force 2-0, Navy 0-2, and the U.S. Marines 0-2. For the men are 2-0 for the Army. The Air Force is 2-0 for the Army, or to the 2-0. The men for the Navy 0-2, as well as the U.S. Marine Corps 0-2. So I think that should be setting up a
Wait for
win.
it, drunk. Wait for it. Just wait for it.
I just want to see Bishop with the in that green screen. It's coming.
Just wait for it, dog. Wait for it. Might be a few weeks. Might be a few weeks. Just saying. You know. Yeah, no.
So of course, we always for it. All go Army. As I think the Air Force and Army should be getting ready to face off. I think they should be the next one in the round robin tournament. It should be next. We should see Air Force, both the Air Force men and women Air Force teams versus the men and women's Army teams. Uh, so I can't wait to see or hear about what that score is going to be. I watched South Carolina women last night. Of course, last night. Good thing you brought that up, drunk. The college basketball started last night.
It did with some major games.
They had the, of course, um, with, of course, with a couple of the games last night. You had new coaches and new places. We know Jay Wright stepped down to Villanova. They had a new coach there. Coach Krzyzewski stepped down in Detroit, in Duke. You had a new coach there. Both those coaches got W's uh, as they begin their careers. Uh, I know USC got upset last night, interestingly enough. But college basketball is in swing. Should be seeing
Full
classics
swing.
soon.
Yeah.
So it's that time of the year where everything baseball just ended with the World Series. Shout out to Houston again,
Houston Rockets match shout out to
Houston Astros. So they
I mean Houston Astros, let's say Rockets. My
yeah.
bad. Houston Rockets.
So they saying shout out to them. We World Series. Coach Baker getting his finally getting it.
Dusty got his, yep. Dusty Baker. Shout out to him.
Dry free juice, whichever. Bishop. So Eric went to get some information for you.
4-9 is not like just to answer last week's question about line 250. Yeah, 4-9 is not a 4-4-40. 4-9 is not okay. 250 plus. That's totally different.
It's still not what you was talking about. Hey, how you doing, Miss Jenkins? Good
How you doing, Miss
morning to see.
Jenkins? But yeah,
What was he saying? What was it? 300?
300. Yeah, he said 300 pounds running a 4-4-40.
440, 48 or something like that.
Yeah, 4-4-40s, bro. Like,
Oh, four.
no, stop it, bro. 300-pound dudes doing that.
So, in any case, that's the show for today. Tomorrow, we know we'll have Commissioner Myers from the Military Basketball Association. He'll be live on deck to up and tell us what they got going on in the up and coming NBA. We'll be able to talk about the CFB tomorrow. Uh, see how close we were with our picks. Uh, what else we got going on? NBA. I don't think it's any NBA action tonight,
Ain't
but
no NBA games tonight?
I don't think it's not tonight. I think they're going to be overshadowed by the even vote. I think it's because of the vote. Vote, you know, what I'm saying everyone's
Uh,
voting. So
mhm.
um, the votes is going on. So I think that's why there's no games tonight. There may be some college games tonight, college basketball. Uh, so of course we'll have a little more to talk about and see what's going on. Uh, any games for you tonight, Bishop? Y'all season's done up there for
I,
intramural
I,
football.
no, not yet. But we don't. I don't have no games until next week. Next week.
Mm. Greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us. That y'all know where to find us every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time, whether it be Facebook page, YouTube page, uh, or Twitter. We're always there. So become catch a vibe. Be sure to check in tomorrow. Information. We'll be back to handing out them 4856s.
That part.
Appreciate it, Eric, brother. Glad, appreciate you. Greatly appreciate y'all. Like you said, Bishop always say, without y'all,
Appreciate you. Yeah.
yeah, without y'all, I wouldn't be able to have a show. Keep doing this for it, but we love doing it for y'all. Commentary wise, even if you don't, if you're saying something that is completely and utterly irrelevant, we still appreciate the banter and back and forth engagements all together. Eric, I will say this for you, brother. I'll get Zach as well, have stood on the fact that Minnesota was going to be great and 7-1. So,
Yeah, they 7-1. Don't let's not get being on yourself. So they got a L. They do have an L. Let's not
so
be on yourself.
they can't go to 8-0,
No,
but y'all can come down to one
they can go
loss.
and they can go down to more losses too. Don't forget.
They stop making losses if y'all take a loss.
Yeah. Like their losses stop when we get one. This guy, I'm just saying, man. To do act like we get a loss, ain't nobody else get a loss. Oh, losses steady come, steady come, they
No
steady come.
problem, no problem, Master Sergeant. We
Yeah,
excuse
we
you.
understand. We understand. We understand. First sergeant.
Enjoy y'all day. You're saying peace and love.
Man, y'all have a great one. Y'all be easy, man. Cyro 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a good one. Peace.